Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and hardcore gamers, or whatever you want to identify yourself as. Welcome back to Rothmers, the Hardcore Brawler. As we make our way through Cardolan, we have found ourselves in this little, I believe it's called the Stone Crop Encampment. Mr. Stone Crop himself right there. Just outside the ruins of Farbad, which is just there. Find ourselves just about to start a load of quests just slightly to the north of the town. Before we start, I'm just going to got a few tasks here to hand in because this is a new day, so I'm going to hand in a load of broken hatchets which I've saved up over the last few days. Before we head off on to today's journey, I'm just going to obviously sell and clear out my inventory. Did have some technical difficulties at the end of the last video on this game, so I just kind of want to clear everything up before I start. Just got one more load of tasks to hand in, and now that's my 5 done for today, which has dropped me a universal optional crafting ingredient, which is really useful to have, which I'll keep in my inventory. I'm also going to keep collecting broken hatchets because they're good to have. Here we go. Task limit reached. I do have a daily gift. I'll be logging on to another character to use that. Just going to quickly clear up my inventory here.
Would you lend me your aid?
To repair my armor, clear out my inventory. I don't need these. And once the inventory is clear, I may have just sold something I wanted. Rich iron ore. Yes, I want rich iron ore. And once this is all cleared out, we'll continue on the adventure. Save those broken hatchets because they're very useful. Save these broken hatchets as well, so I can start myself a new stack of 50 broken hatchets. As I've got a load of better potions, I'm going to sell these previous potions because I won't need them anymore. There you go, universal ingredient is now saved. Apprentice, I don't need apprentice anymore because I'm now on to the next one, which is journeyman, so I can now get rid of those. And there we go, that is my inventory cleared out. It's now in a relatively good order. Let's start heading north. Let's see what we've got up north, shall we? So what are the quests we have? Currently we have a few quests here. Just stop moving. So we've got what's Etta eaten, which is, I believe we have to kill a number of, we have to get a load of berries in this region, just to the north. Then these quests, I have to head further north to a new quest hub in just over here, or Nim Barath, which I've not been to yet. Hides for Etta, need to kill a load of avanks around these 2 lakes. Cleansing of Farbad requires the main story requires me to go to the town of Herne, and the Riders of Nimbarth requires me to go to Nimbarth itself. So Riders of Nimbarth and the Seeking the Scouts I won't be able to do for a while, so I'll probably just move them off of my quest list. But I don't really want to have too much on there. Here we go. So should start seeing berries in this local area. I believe one of these quests, once we complete them, we hand them to a person within a ruin up here. That will start a quest chain. I believe the quest giver's up there. There's been, I think it's 3 days since my last recording. Because so I actually go to work tomorrow. So as of tomorrow, I won't be able to record or upload, or if I do record and upload, it's be the first time I'll be recording and uploading while away from home. So I've recorded everything prior to leaving, just as kind of like a safeguard, just in case. If I can record while I'm away, so tomorrow being the 22nd of August, if I can record while I'm away, I'll start my new series on a Guardian on the hardest difficulty, straight on Heroic 9+2. So the hardest difficulty I'll start on a Guardian tomorrow once the revamp is completed. I don't know. I know I'll be able to record fine. The issue would be the uploading. So I'll start the series and I'll see how well I can do. I know my Wi-Fi is going to be very, very poor, so I'm expecting to probably die in that series relatively quickly because I won't have a stable internet connection. But we can give it a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, what's the worst can happen? The videos will never be uploaded. So no, I'm joking. I'll try and make some content to upload. That's the quest giver I was talking about. Just hiding there in the bushes. Melona, which we'll go over to talk to now. Which I had to hand his quest into Melona anyway, I believe. I did not need to hand him into Melona, but
out with it.
She wants me to go and confront one of her friends, I believe it is. Or before I go over there, I'm just going to go over to the west here, to this lake that's just here on the right. And I'll see if there's any, Avanks, any scary, angry turtles for me to eliminate. Yeah, so I'm thinking the Guardian I'll be making tomorrow, I'll try it on a High Elf. I know High Elf doesn't make the best Guardian. So I know High Elves don't make the best tanks end game. However, I like playing as a High Elf. They're quite a fun race. River Hobbits also get released tomorrow, so I'll see. I could actually make a River Hobbit because just for the memes, a Guardian River Hobbit. That's it's pretty meme worthy. But I'll decide tomorrow. Probably in the heat of the moment, I'll decide. If I do that series, the video may actually go out before this video because this is scheduled for the end of the 2 weeks while I'm away. But that's all my personal stuff going on. I'm sure you guys don't really care about that. Let's just get back into the actual gameplay. So these Avanks, like I said before, in one hit he took that chunk of damage to my health. And I have now got this poison on me. Just being wary of this poison. If I can take the poison without having to use a potion, I will. Just going to keep an eye on it to make sure I don't drop too low health. But I'm going to use a potion just in case. I'll wait for my health to regenerate before I take on the next one. Just because these have the ability to chunk my health quite substantially. Especially if I'm fighting them and they have, like now, the Eye of Sauron buff on them. Because at the moment I had the debuff, so when I'm in combat there's a chance of it activating. If they get that Eye of Sauron and they get the toughness or regeneration one and they survive a little bit longer than what I'm expecting, they do have a very good chance of killing me. This is what I'm worried about when I play my Guardian. So I won't be doing Before the Shadow because I'll be reliving the same content I'm doing on this Brawler. I'll just be doing the normal High Elf starting area. But that's what I do have to kind of be conscious of when I do my Guardian. I'll try and get that before there you go. So that time I was okay. But that's what I have to be conscious of my Guardian is mobs like these. Especially on the higher difficulty. Some mobs do have the chance to do a lot of damage in quick succession. And if you pull one or two of them, that will be the end. You can kind of mitigate it because the amount of damage you do as a Brawler, you can mitigate it because the outgoing damage is so high. But as a Guardian, at least starting out as a tank Guardian, so I'll be Sword and Shield, or Axe and Shield, whatever, floats my boat, I will have to, my damage will be slightly limited. So I would have to really be heavily relying on my survivability. So I would have to out-survive all enemies we fight against. I would like to go down the two-handed route for a Guardian. So being really tanky with my armor and then having a two-handed sword just to do that little bit of extra damage. But I have not actually looked at what the new update for the Guardian actually consists of. Being mindful that obviously the Bjornin is getting an update as well, which is good because I have already released my second episode of my duo series with Obnex good friend of mine. We did try double Bjorn him, and that went relatively okay up until we got double Jesus beamed and we died. So that's, with the update on Bjorn, that's a possibility that we can try that again. So we haven't tried hardcore on the hardest difficulty since, because really I think we both got a little bit demoralized with it. We thought it was going to be relatively easy because there's two of us, and it was actually pretty hard. We did expect it to be easier than what it was. Be mindful of this poison again. I had to drink a potion. I'm just kind of hoping I'll be able to resist some of the damage. So each tick of damage you have a chance to resist. However, obviously I didn't resist any of the damage. I'm pretty content that if I continue on fighting, as long as I don't take on an Avank, I should be able to kill these without any real issue. As long as I don't get any server lag. The server lag, particularly when I make my Guardian tomorrow, server lag is what could potentially kill my character. Either server lag or me lagging with the server. But we'll see. That could make the it slightly more interesting. I'll probably keep trying, to be quite honest.
Oh, this is intolerable.
Okay, let's regenerate some of my health before I try and take this guy on. Although he's not a signature, so I should be okay. Yeah, okay, I'm fine. Yep, so now I just return back to that lady. I do need one more Avak hide, and there should be a pond of Avaks here, and there's one just there. Here we go. This Avak's running away, I don't know why. He knows I can outrun him, and the end is coming to him rather swiftly. I'm in combat? Okay, this one's attacked me. The combat music of this zone is really good. It's like, it's just really up tempo, quite good music. This whole game has good music, to be quite honest. It's not just this zone. Other than Clan Garan, that is the worst music of any video game I've ever listened to. Now just looking at how things are going. So I haven't got any enmities yet, which is fine. Don't think I can block with being a brawler, so that's a bit of a shame. This is stout axe, isn't it? Let's double check on a stout axe. Dwarf. No, I'm just a dwarf. Okay. Endurance. Incoming. Yep. Mitigation. Headbutt. Yep. Axes. Fate. Okay. Don't think I've ever bothered with class traits. A lot of the time they don't actually tend to be that good. Like the headbutt. Have another look. So this headbutt is meant to be an interrupt. So there's a chance your opponent will be dazed by your combat prowess. The amount of times I've used it, I've never actually had headbutt proc as a daze. I know it's 25% chance of it proccing. I've never had it proc. It just might be me being really unlucky. But every time I've needed it, it's been like in a situation where I need it, and I've just never procced.
Why are you bothering me?
So now I need to. So this is a good quest. That's a huge increase in armor. So now she wants me to head to this bridge up here, take out some half orcs, which is fine by me. Half orcs is one of my Slayer deeds as well. So as I'm heading that way, I could do it. So I've just completed a. So I'm now known. So my reputation's gone up with the Dunedain of Cardolan, which is good. Doing my traits have helped doing that. Here we go. So here, just a discount vendor, just here, which I get in the next stand-in, which is friend of the Dunedain of Cardolan. I will need to do, because obviously at the moment all I've got is tiny. I would need to do a bit of research to see when I get my next mount that I can physically buy from reputation, or whether I can buy them. I'm sure I can, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is quite useful because I didn't know killing half orcs in this area counts. So I could just go around in circles killing the same half orcs instead of running all the way to this bridge. I'll still head to the bridge, but I didn't know these half orcs counted, which is good. But we'll go to the bridge because on the way I can get a fair bit of mining done. That is barrow iron as well, isn't it? It is, yes. I'm still debating. So although I'll be making the Guardian tomorrow, there's a few there's another niche kind of account or character I want to make, which has nothing to do with hardcore and really nothing to do with the landscape difficulty. It's just a different way of playing the game, and I don't know how viable it will be. But I might try it when I get to when I get back home in a couple of weeks' time. I might try it and make it. But I'll probably try it as a rune keeper, because I love the idea of playing a rune keeper. But it's not very viable in these harder difficulties. So that is corruption removal. So I want corruption removal there. This should be an interrupt. This is an interrupt. This is ignore pain. This removes diseases. Okay. So most of my characters now, I have a set way of laying out my skills. So I always have essentially my stun on middle mouse button plus alt. I have my interrupt skill on middle mouse button. Then I'll have my corrupt skill, so corruption removal skill, which is the debuffs or the buffs they get from the ISO one. It's always on my middle button. I've got two mouse buttons on the side. That's mouse button up. The one on the left here is mouse button up with alt. This is normally just a damaging skill, which is on a cooldown. Later on, I'll get that. I'm sure I've forgotten what it's called, but there will be something there. Then I'll normally have my disease removal on down button, which automatically clear my diseases, which is good. But it does work on friends as well, so it works on my target. It doesn't have to work on me. And then always an alt plus bottom button is always my days, clearing of days. So whatever game I play, even if it's WoW, even if it's Guild Wars, I normally have this kind of setup. If I have an interrupt or a stun, it'll be assigned to normally these buttons. Not so much Guild Wars, but definitely World of Warcraft. And it's just and SWOTOR as well. I'd have it as this setup as well. So I don't have to look at my keyboard every time I want to use a certain set of skills. So I'm now at the bridge. Just got a few more half orcs to take out. I may be mistaken here, but I believe there is an item I can pick up from the bridge as I'm going across it. So I'm going to run across the bridge, taking out these half orcs. As I get to the other side, we'll see if there is an item I've missed or anything, or an item you can pick up. So these corruption clearers as well, this does a lot of damage. So that one, my interrupt does a lot of damage. There's the note. And so does my corruption clearer. So a lot of times I'll just use them in battle because they'll just wipe out a lot of their health. There you go. So now I need to go back to half orcs of the bridge. So I need to go back to the lady that just gave me this. Someone just gave me a quest, but I can't remember what one is. So it wasn't this one. Okay, not sure what quest I got. Quest items, skirmish camp, fine. I probably won't be doing a skirmish camp. And may have been a deed I unlocked, if I'm being honest. Destruction, no. Before the Shadow Book 2. Okay, fine. This is the ruins I mentioned in the last episode, with these weird lights that are all over the ruin, called these glooms, enraged glooms and whatnot. Some of them, when you get close to them, they have a passive debuff on you. So when you get too close, you have much lowered attack chance or hit chance. And then when they group up around you, that buff doesn't personify, doesn't get worse, but there's a lot of them, and I believe they do magic damage rather than normal damage. So normal armor isn't as effective. You need essentially, I think it's tactical resistance, or you need a certain resistance up rather than armor. So I tend to avoid them, like glooms or any form like undead wraiths or rights. I tend to try and avoid. Just make my way back to the town. But now I've got more of my... Oh, I've got it leveled up, so I can now use my class trait. So now I have this one. Fate evade. Oh, it's quite difficult to choose what I want. It's got to be additional metal. I want to build up more metal as I fight. I'm not actually looking where I'm going. See how much damage they do. So a lot of these attacks I'm evading. So if I find an enemy which has a chance to ignore my parry or evade chance, that's going to be a bit worrying. I think we should be okay for a while. That's her quest completed. Just see if there's anything good in my inventory. No. Okay. Now I'm going to jump back on Tiny and make my way to the town to hand in these other 3 quests I've got here. So it's now us returning back to the town. Should I hand in these quests?
How can I be of service?
And it's just these 2 to hand into Tam. Oh, so where's this? Okay, now I need to go back up. Now I need to make my way to the town. As I make my way to the town, I do have this quest to hand in on the way as well. Doing a day Nigma. So as I was making my way back to that little outpost, I was grabbing some barrow iron. I believe I got myself an extra 5 barrow iron. It's another one over there. So more the merrier. As soon as I get into the town, there is a forge, an ability to craft in Herne. So that'd be one of my priorities. As soon as I get into town, is I find where the forge is. I do a quick bit of crafting. As we approach Herne, you can just see it there in the distance. So I've just been making a beeline towards all of the ores I found, or all the ores I find, not found. Just going to take out this scout because I believe he should be a deed. He's not a deed. Be careful, these guys are level 23 in their signature as well, so I'm going to avoid that silver deposit. I know he might not be aggressive, but if he does become aggressive, I'd rather not risk it. Level 23. Just looking at his health, he's not got a large amount of health, so although that was a higher level than me, probably won't be much of an issue. And here we are. Just mount back up on Tiny. You see a little tower up there as well. That's pretty cool. I'm hoping that's where the dungeon will be. Karanost. And here we are now entering Herne. It's quite a nice little town. It reminds me of Bree a fair bit. What does this person want? Oh, they run away. Person want anything? Okay, she runs away as well. Oh, she teleports away. So here's essentially the start of being able to do delves.
What can I do for you?
Just unlock a stable master, please. This person can give you some delves. They're quite tough missions. They do offer you these marks, which allow you to essentially teleport to places, and some cosmetics. Let's see what else they give. They can also give some relatively okay gear. See what the lowest level they can give. Level 20 gear. Fine. Looks like they just give boots and rings, but not bad gear at all. So I'm now I won't be doing the delve straight away. Could be heading now inside this Crossway house, which looks like it's just a tavern for the town. How's Melinda? Talk to Maddock.
You and your friends
Okay, we're strangers.
stranger.
It's something evil passed through the town. So that could have been the Nazgul as they're making their way to the Shire.
Seen something like this before.
Any Boromir's seen this before. Let's go back to Maddock.
I hope you won't use old Aberfold too harshly.
Fine. The Mandarin got to say.
Boromir and Egfrith to speak with this man. I will seek to learn more.
Okay, so the ranger's going to stick around and speak to people.
Darkness.
Second quest from that guy. Just to go, looks like it's to take out some wolves in the area. There's no quest upstairs. Just checking the mini map.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
Okay, this guy, he's giving me a lot of opals. 15 opals. Wow. Okay, he just wants me to go and talk to someone. That's easy. I like these loading screens are changing each time. And there's another quest in there, but I won't be doing that just yet. I think, oh no, he's round the back. He's not actually inside the building.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I'm going to just go pick up some crates. I can probably do that one as well. Is there a quest in this building? No, there's not. It looks like there's a quest in this building here. Hello, I'm not going to pronounce the name.
Fears not to walk in the light of day.
So I need to fill his trough outside his house for his sheep. Quite nice of me. It's a trough filled up. You to find and pet sheep around Herne. I'm glad they're getting like an adventurer, like a hero like me, to go and pet a load of sheep. Not wasting their resources at all. Yeah, pet the sheep. It's one down. It's nice that they actually appear on my world map as well. Here you go, pet a second sheep. Yes, bar to you too, sheep. Bar to you too. Auction house? No, I thought I said auction house, but it's not. That's that person's name's house. Barrow iron? Yeah, it's barrow iron. What? Sorry, sheep, I ran away from you as I was petting you. Oh no, I'm a terrible human being. Pet the sheep. Last sheep, where is this last sheep? Ah, okay. So there wasn't a sheep in Herne. Fine. Sheep's just run away. Might as well grab this crate for this guy. And where do I want to take this crate? Carry the crate to the storage room inside Crossway House. Enter Crossway House. Storage room. Makes sense for storage room to be here. Okay, now I'm meant to go find another crate. But yeah, I'm just doing errands for this place. Where is this last crate? Oh, it's to the east as well. Or was it to the east? Yes, to the east. It looks like there was only one crate when I was here earlier. I'm going to grab this iron ore actually. There's barrows iron. They're both relatively close. That's... Oh, got me to pick up the crate instead. Okay, fine. I'll run the crate back, then I'll grab this iron ore afterwards. It's quite a busy place, this actually. Loads of people here. This guy. Difficulty free, fearless. Nice. There you go. all of those handed back in. Okay, now I need to talk to that guy again. I think I can leave by the back door. He was out by the back door. There he is. Ed Han. Thank you for the stew, Ed Han. I'll savour that and now join my pile of food I'm never probably ever going to touch. Here you go. 2 sets of barrel iron. You guys speeding off. See you later. Have a good day. That's now 79 barrel iron I've got in my inventory. Which is a good, strong amount of barrel iron. Maybe enough for me to actually level up from crafting itself. This guy's a bloody gladiator, not just a normal gladiator. He looks cool. Good old Doigloin. Or it's Doigoin. Cool looking guy. So we can go around here. Apparently there's a quest in here. Oh, so talk to the actual mayor. Fine.
One day, Darvad will be ours once more.
Hello, Mr. Rhaegar.
Rescued my fool of a father, and for that I cannot thank you enough.
Okay. So she's given me a quest. Oh, it's okay. It's not. It's all over the place. Fine. I'll do that as I go along.
Welcome, friends.
Okay, and now I need to check the 2 crossroads. Just double check where that is. Okay, to the north. Okay. There is a quest in that building. Good.
Is there no end?
Need to go take out some sickle flyers. They are to the east as well. Just checking where all these quests are as I pick them up. So I can, because I've not done this town before.
Come to bother me. I speak to no one.
So this guy wants some. Because I've not done this area before, so I need to double check where everything is. I might have a optimized route, or I just might just run around in circles and do it poorly. It's got a bear in the corner. That's pretty cool. Okay, so he's going to give me some leggings, which is good. I need to go back and talk to Melon Deer. Or Melon Man, as I'm going to call him now. That looks like the outpost that's just to the north. Well, I can get a good view of it from here. This outpost. Yeah, that was that one, yeah. For sure. I'll stop. I actually play the game instead of looking at vistas, don't I? Do apologise for the boring looking around the map. Alwina.
Be your aid.
So who wants to hear some encouraging words? This neighbour does. I'm going to reassure them. Just be better. There you go. They're reassured. There you go. Then let's go back to Alwina.
What I would not give for a moment's peace.
Okay, she wants me to go essentially back to the pub. I'm going to run back into I'm going to run into here as there is a forge, and I'm going to spend a couple minutes just making all these ingots. Be back in a second. So while I make my way through my crafting ingredients, I've decided that I will just process all my ingots just to level up my first proficiency to maximum. So how far did all those ores get me? So I managed to get to proficiency completed on Journeyman and to 120 experience towards mastery. which is going really well. By expert, I had some white gold, or gold ingots, which I managed to make, which then I turned all of my gold and silver ingots into white gold ingots. I had some rich iron here as well, so I made a good chunk towards my proficiency. I looked through all these armors which I can make for level 12. Bearing in mind I'm level 20 now. All these armors I can make for level 12, all relatively obsolete. There's only two that are decent that will work for me, and that's my leggings and my shoulder guards. Bear in mind I've got level 18 shoulder guards here as well. So I'm just going to level up my proficiency just there. And I will likely just make one bit of steel armor because it's level 22. So I'll probably make the armor itself into steel, which I'll wait till this is complete. Once that's done, as I'm making all these into bronze ingots, I'll have enough bronze ingots. I should have enough bronze ingots to at least make this into hardened. Now I'll see what other gear is better in hardened form compared to what I've got. So if I look through, some of the gear that I've already got is better than what I can actually physically make. So I'm just going to quickly make one of these steel armors. And then I'll look at what ones I can make. So these upgraded is definitely going to be better because the normal one's better than my current armor. So I'll make one of those. Move this steel armor down here for later. So that was a success. That was a critical. So that's an upgrade for my shoulders and leggings. So that's the upgrade for my legs. Let's see if I can get the crit on this. Once again, it's 52% chance to get a crit. That was not a crit, so I'll try again. I have got a load of these pale brimstones, so I'm not too worried. Worst case, I have got my universal token I can use, which will guarantee a crit. So that was a crit. That's an upgrade. Helmet. See if the helmet's an upgrade. Helmet is not an upgrade. Gloves. That is a slight upgrade for my gloves, so I'll make these. So if I've unlocked a skirmish camp yet, which I haven't, I'll be able to essentially buy some recipes, which allow me to like get level 18 gear and essentially make the best gear I can. However, I've not got to a skirmish camp yet, and this character hasn't unlocked any marks, so I'll be using marks that I've already got on different characters. So I don't really want to do that because then I'm going to play this almost as proficiently as I can on my own. So if I haven't unlocked the marks myself by doing skirmishes or by doing missions, I won't do it at all. So I do have a notebook with me which has a tally of how many marks I unlock. At the moment it's 0, and it's probably going to remain 0 for some time. Just because it's not really a currency which I'll be getting a lot of. Especially with the increase in difficulty. I might be able to do the odd skirmish, but I definitely would likely die. So I'll probably give them a miss for some time. So I'm going to process through the last of these iron ingots and shavings, and we'll jump straight back in. That includes the grind for the smithing, for my crafting. I've got the best gear I can physically get for the time being, considering I've crafted it all myself. Just going to hand in these last of these quests. I'm going to once again ignore that guy there, just because he's the delves. I'm going to wait till I finish this zone, probably get better gear, then maybe try the delves. Delves are essentially just small missions, like you can increase its difficulty.
Learn from the old man.
So this is now essentially a big long fetch quest for the main story. So I'm in no rush to kind of get that done. This is for I think it's the daughter of the mayor, just wants me to pick a load of stuff up around the town. Which is typical, you know, a hero becomes a fetch quest giver, or fetch quester. Double check, nothing in these rooms to walk through. I think there is something in the end room. Yes, the town healer. It's a town healer for me. Tangwen, what a name. Yeah. It's the only thing for this little room now, or this little tavern. Let's see what's outside. Edhan wants to talk to me again. We'll go back to the crafting hall, which I will do shortly. There's a few things I need to do up by the crafting hall as well. This guy with the sheep also wants to talk to me. Quite a popular kind of dwarf at the moment.
A shadow has fallen upon our land.
So look for tracks in the trough. Okay.
Shadow has fallen.
So we're gonna need to find his missing sheep. So he's got 4 of his sheep now in the pen. It should be faint. Oh, there's the hoof prints. It's heading northeast. See how far away this is. Okay, not too far. Quickly grab this one. Take out his thief. Okay, now I've got the Eye of Sauron on me now. Be cautious of that one. Some more barrow iron just down on the left. It's a rich deposit. So although I can't make any better gear, I may as well grab that barrow iron because it's quite useful because I can level up my mastery. So when you're doing crafting, you haven't already got the mastery of your previous essentially proficiency. So if I went for, if I hadn't had apprentice mastery, I wouldn't be able to get experience for journeyman mastery. So you need the previous requisite of the mastery to be completed. Just gonna follow these blood spatters. It's a lot of blood. Yeah, so I've managed to take him out before the debuff or the buff got onto him, which is pretty good. Overhead smash is definitely my best skill. Ah, poor dead sheep. There's a barrel right that took him out. I want to lure him away from the healing AoE. There we go. Should be me heading back now. So that's my another Slayer deed in this area is for the Barrow-wights. So we're looking for goblins, half-orcs and Barrow-wights, or the dead, I should say. So it's the Slayer deeds in Cardolan. Presuming that these places up north would probably be better for the Barrow-wights, considering there's one of the southern barrows is around here somewhere. So there's the southern downs, but that's not the Barrow Downs. Oops. I stood in that Jesus beam, should be more careful. So I believe it's Breeland, Cardolan. So the southern barrows is about here. So there's probably a path to get to the southern barrows. But that'll be in Breeland, so I'm pretty sure one of these Dole, Ernil, might be a for the dead, because it's quite close to the barrows. Some interesting lore about the barrows. Never used to be haunted. It was during essentially the plagues of Middle Earth during the end of the Second Age. The Barrow Downs was essentially plagued, so they buried a load of their dead there. And the Witch King essentially cursed all the dead that was buried there and cursed them to raise again. And being cursing them and raising them from the dead essentially tormented them, made them essentially evil in a way. It's quite interesting lore. Second and third age, or yeah, with the second, third age is really interesting. Okay, that's runaway sheep. He's happy now. We've figured out what took a sheep. Not ideal that it was the dead, because what is dead may never die. Let's call it a Runekeeper. Oh, there was a new quest back here. Just inside this building here, which I walked straight past. Let's go see if they need any help. Knock, knock. Okay, it's Caddy.
Who are you?
Okay, so he wants me to do some stuff around the town. Water some plants and talk to trees. Interesting. interesting thing for a kid to want me to do, but hey, he's the one giving me the quest and the free experience, so can't judge someone who gives me experience. I understand watering the saplings, but I don't understand talking to the trees. I know there's like some scientific like evidence to prove that trees have feelings or trees can talk in their own little in their own kind of way. But it's a bit weird doing it in a video game.
The trees must have been so lonely. I think you made them happy again.
But to be fair, you do have Ents. Ents are trees, and Ents do talk.
Just like Mr. Rendall.
So he wants me to go up here past the greenway, which is okay. I'll do that later. So how many more skills do I need? So I need 4 more skills to level up the next load. Defensive posture would be good to have. What do I need to level up the next load as well? So depth feint, which works with this one. Okay, that's quite interesting. That's quite good to have these shares. Share of inner strength and share of inner or heavy end quickness. They're good to have. That's very good actually, this one. All metal spenders are reduced by 1. And then this is also very good. More setup skills you do, the quicker your cooldowns refresh. And that is a flat out passive, I believe. Looks like it's a passive, yes. It cannot happen once every 2 seconds, so I will probably be aiming for that, to be quite honest. So what's this skill? Come at me is reduced by 20 seconds. Its cooldown was reduced by 20 seconds. That's also another good skill. Come at me is the AoE taunt. Something that's taking a while to load, so while it loads, I'll continue on my quests. There's one in here to talk to this person. As I try to enter it, there we go.
You want the townsfolk to shelter within Crossway House tonight?
Okay, so it looks like everyone wants to shelter in Crossway House. I'm not sure. I'm presuming that's because the riders might be back, so the Nazgul.
You want the folk of Herna to shelter within
That's fine.
Crossway House tonight?
Let's go back into the upper part of the town. There's a couple parts of the quest to do up in the upper part of the town. So one of them is to talk to someone outside the Hall of Crafts, so I'm handing that quest back in. Another one is, I think it's the main story up here as well. It's Lynette got to say to me.
Shelter in Crossway House tonight?
I want to collect,
Preposterous.
so I need to collect some firewood out of town. And get some choice cuts of meat. There's always got to be choice cuts of meat. It can't just be other random cuts of meat.
Can you spare a moment?
I've got to now take out some brigands, some bandits. So what should I do first? Sickles among the reeds. Okay, so I'm going to head east first, do these 2 quests. Sickle amongst the reeds, which takes out sickle flies, and then take out some animals that give me choice cuts of meat. I'm not sure where it wants me to pick up this firewood. Firewood for the town braziers. I'm not sure where the firewood is, but we'll go grab this meat first. It shouldn't be too far out of town. We should be able to start picking up some more barrow iron as well. I believe these should drop choice cuts of meat. They do. They also somehow drop firewood as well. I'm not going to ask why a giant bull drops firewood. I'm not going to ask his reason to have firewood, but it's his own business. So corruption, when enemies get corrupted, so i.e. the Eye of Sauron, they'll get the debuff on them down here. when you get the when they get the debuff on them, so that when it's a normal circle, it's still that's just them healing. If they get a debuff on them in a second, I'll explain it to you. So once again, that's the normal heal. It's fine. When they get a debuff and it appears, and it gets and you try and use your corrupt once it appears, before it becomes gets a square border around it. If you use your corruption remover before it gets that square border around it, it won't always corrupt that that buff on them. So when you're debuffing that Eye of Sauron, I'll drink a potion to speed this up to try and show you before this runs out. Yeah, there you go. Still waiting for him to get. So there we go. He's about to get this debuff. Now it has this border, this blue border around it. I can now corrupt, remove, and it will remove the corruption, the buff he has. If it hasn't got that border around it, it's not guaranteed to remove it. Not sure why it does it. It's strange. It just doesn't always guarantee the removal of that buff they've been given. I'll just stun this guy to speed up my damage, so he doesn't do any damage back to me. I can take out his ruffians. I need to kill 8 of them anyway, so I may as well. While I'm on my way. Leave us some barrow iron, so I can go grab that barrow iron as well. More ore the better. I will need it. There's some firewood just there as well. So I'll go grab as well. So that's 11 bits of barrow iron ore. Once again, the class deeds, I think I said it in a couple episodes ago. I'm not too fussed about the class deeds. Because they don't really offer any bonuses anymore, so I'll just leave them. If I finish them, I finish them. If I don't, I don't. I'm more unlikely to finish them over time, just because the amount of buttons I have to press while playing this character. I'm more unlikely to go and to press all the buttons at least 100 times, or 200 times, how many times it requires you to press. Okay, he did a stun, so use my stun break. He has got a debuff on me, so I'll just cleanse that, and then he's down. So thief over here, going to take this thief out. He's guarding some firewood as well. And he's down. Do we need to kill any birds for any reason? Doesn't look like we do. No, we don't. Leave that bird for today. Music just suddenly changed, so I wondered what that was for, but... It's my firewood here. Should start seeing some sickle flies around here, because we need to take out... I can't remember, 8 of them. We'll take out a few sickle flies, so... Okay. How many sickle flies is it? Oh, okay, we need to take out 10 sickle flies. These balls also drop choices of meat, so I can take them out as well. Sickle flies down. I do now have the Eye of Sauron debuff on me. Just be mindful that I might get a random Jesus beam or something to hit me. There you go, Jesus beam. I'm going slow. Oh, it didn't hit me. That's a surprise. Some firewood up here. Not sure how much more firewood I need, but there's plenty up here. There should be all of it. Yeah, this is all the firewood I need. Couple of sickle flies down there, that's fine. I can take those out as well. But yeah, so now I can use my my buff remover, my corruption remover. I'm gonna get hit by this one. There you go. I can tank a few. I can tank a couple of them every now and then. Just don't really want to make a habit of it. When they start doing more damage, or when I get few more of them stacking some of the harder fights, longer fights. Don't want to get a habit of tanking them. Just coming this way to grab that barrel iron just here. And what is this ore up here? That's some silver deposit. Not too fussed about silver, to be honest, so I'll just leave that be. If I walk that way, I'll pick it up. If I don't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And how many small sickle fires are there? So I need 3 more choices of meat. Doesn't say on here how many more sickle fires I need for my quest tracker. At least I can't see it. Oh no, wait, I need 6 more sickle flies. It does say it. I just was extremely blind. Okay, 2 more choice cuts of meat. These count as reed munching? They don't. Okay, fine. Should be 4 more. Got a debuff on me. There you go, settle down. Is that a reed munching? That is a reed muncher. There's another one just here on my right. So that'll bring it down to only needing 1 more reed muncher. I do need 2 more choice cuts of meat, but I can get those on the way back. There you go, that's all the reed munchers done. I can take out these boars because they'll give me choice cuts of meat. It's just 2 of these I need to take out. And grab this barrow iron. Barrow iron here. I can take out this ore rock. Then make my way back to town. That'll be 2 quests completed. There you go, so that's all those done. I see any ruffians. Oh, I didn't get any choice cuts of meat from now. So I need to find another boar. Find another ore rock, so I'll just take out this one. Oh, stun inside. Trying to bring him out of the AoE. Now corrupt him or cleanse. There you go. That's the 10 I needed. If I see any briggers, I'll take them out. If not, I'll just head straight back to town. It's not a far ride to town. Did most of this just outside. So what else I need to do for this? So I need to refill the town's braziers. Then I can hand in all the sickles among the reeds, which is in the upper part of the town. I can do 2 birds, 1 stone, because I believe once I finish this story quest, I have to go back into the main tavern. And so I'd fill the braziers, go to the top, hand in the sickle flies, back down. That's good, you can interact with these while mounted. That's good. It does save some time. He looks cool. 4 more braziers. These are the last ones I need. There you go. So now I need to go back into the tavern to hand that quest in. So I'm just going to hand in the sickle fly quest, then that one. Looking forward to getting a faster mount. This is painfully slow.
Is there no end to our hardships?
Okay, now it's back to the tavern. It's not too far to run. There's a tavern. I should re-put my milestone as this town. So that's now that bound. That would have made that quest slightly quicker. The previous 2 quests I did. Melon deer.
The
Melon
braziers
man.
are refilled, and Maddox's pantry has been newly filled.
So
Good.
that will put me on to the little story quest, which involves, I think, doing a town patrol at night, just in case the Nazgul come back. So on that note, that'll be the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video itself, please leave a like. If you could, subscribe to the channel if you feel that way inclined. Discord down in the description, as well as my second channel. Hope you have a great day, and peace out.